Granger, they caught Jamali.
Well, how do you like that for bad timing? We just hit the street with this. Polly, give me the press room at police headquarters. I think Logan is on duty now. Arnie?
Yeah.
I need a photographer.
Right. Sluggy?
Yeah?
Mark wants you.
Coming. Arnold Melk, messenger of the gods. This one's going to be yours, Boychik. I'll tell him to replay it, Mark. Polly, get me the clips.
Yes, sir.
You call for a great man?
Yeah, hold it a minute. Hey, just caught loose Jamali's.
Oh, well, maybe he'll finally make it to the chair. Seems a pity. Perfect specimen of 20th century man. Nice elderly couple, give him a lift in their car, and he shows his gratitude by killing them both.
Mr. Granger, Mr. Logan on 3. Nick, pick up on this. Well, Mr. Logan, how nice to hear from you, even though it isn't payday. Are you aware that Lou Shamalis, number 1 on everybody's hit parade, was arrested this afternoon?
The arrest was made too late for the first edition, Mark. You got somebody on?
I'm on here, Herb. Nick Alexander.
The arresting officer, Patrolman Jack Clifford, 2Fs of the 16th Precinct, at 4:10 p.m. at the Elite Shoe Repair Shop at 14446 Mott Avenue. Shamalis was sitting in the shoe repair shop in his stocking feet, reading a newspaper, not ours, if you're interested, and waiting for half-soling of a pair of brown Oxford size 9.5D when he was spotted by veteran Patrolman Clifford.
Veteran? Old cop?
An old harness bull who says he's 63 is probably 3 or 4 years older.
Herb, you got any more?
For the moment, nothing else. I shall, of course, remain on top of the story like a tiger.
Who's up to write the running story on this?
Sullivan?
All right, tell him to give it the works.
Right.
Lou Shamalis, 40-year career in crime, in and out of jail, murder, jailbreak.
The life of a criminal dinosaur finally brought to ground.
Now, you two go out to the neighborhood. Nick, we need an angle. Smell around, find me one. How do they feel about Shamali's capture? Did they ever see him in that neighborhood before? Now, the arresting officer, Clifford, is an old cop. They'll have opinions about him. Feel your way. Go wherever the story takes you. Just bring me back an angle. Come on. Now, what are you waiting for? A medal? Will you get me the photos?
Yes, sir.
How about the barbershop?
Why not? Who buy your shine?
Look, you asked me and I told you. All cops are alike.
I don't know. Thousands of policemen are looking for Shamalis, and they can't find them. But old Jack Clifford, boom, he catches them.
Yeah, boom, he catches him. After my brother had to talk his heart out to that meatball.
Yeah, maybe, but old Jack Clifford's okay. He's got a heart. You know, if there's a reward, he'll split it with Phil.
I'd love to live to see the day that happens, boy. My brother Phil hands Shamalis on a platter to the fat old cop, and what does he get for that? What?
Say, couldn't help overhearing you. We're from the Bulletin. Is that true that
You're a reporter?
Yeah.
Well, mister, you got yourself a story.
Was it true your brother spotted Shamalis before the police?
True. He practically had to beg that cop to arrest him.
Oh, were you there?
Look, I know my brother. Ask anyone here, anyone. Hey, Sal, you know my brother Phil. Is he a liar?
No, Mr. Joe's right. His brother Phil is a good, smart, honest boy.
Well, where is your brother? Can I speak to him?
You bet you can.
Hey, I'm not finished.
I'll be back, Sal. This is more important. Come on.
What do you mean? What's to tell?
Just tell him what happened. That's all I want you to do.
Joe, nothing happened.
What do you mean, nothing happened? You capture one of the hottest hoods in the country and you sit there and tell me nothing happened? What'd that fat cop do? Swear you to silence or something?
Look, Joe, you're making a big thing out of
You
this.
bet I'm making a big thing out of it. This family's had its face stepped on too long to suit my taste. I'll take care of him. You talk.
Well, there really isn't much to tell. I was making a delivery for my father, and I walked past the Elite Shoe Repair. I saw this guy sitting in there in one of the booths, reading a paper. There was something about him that looked familiar, so I stopped and looked again.
And that's when you know it was Lou Shamali's.
No! Anyway, I went and made the delivery, and then on the way back, I passed the Elite again, and he was still sitting there. What made you so sure it was Shamali's? Oh, I saw his picture in the post office. You know, the wanted signs?
He's got a photographic memory. Sees something once, wham, goes into a bank vault, locked forever.
What'd you do then? I wasn't sure what to do. Then I saw Jack Clifford coming down the street.
He was finished with his tour of duty. Wasn't even in uniform.
So I went and told him.
What did you tell him?
I told him it was Shamali's in there. But he said I was imagining things.
What were his exact words?
Oh, his exact words? Well, forget it, kid.
Got that? Forget it, kid.
Were you there?
He's my brother.
Mr. Granger, Mr. Logan on 2.
Yeah, Herb, look, on this Shamali's affair, did they mention the fact that Patrolman Clifford had an assist on that arrest?
Well, they did.
What was his name? Patrolman Vincent Coppola? Anybody else? I see.
All right, so.
Dave.
Yeah.
All right, go on, kid.
Well, I insisted. I told Jack that it was Shamali's.
And then what?
Then he finally went in to the shoe repair and showed his badge. I got scared. I thought Shamali's had pulled a gun or something.
Officer Clifford didn't take out his gun first?
No, he had a bag of groceries in his arm.
Evidently, he didn't believe you.
I guess he didn't. Anyway, after a few minutes, he put down the groceries and took out his gun and told Shamali's to stand up.
And then what happened?
Then I took off and found the other cop, Coppola, and told him to go over to the elite.
You haven't been mentioned in any of the dispatches, kid.
I believe him, Mark. We've got the story.
Maybe. Maybe we got nothing but a dream. Every time a big story breaks, there were a dozen guys who were there, under the bed, looking in over the transom.
Yeah, now look, mister, my brother was there. The Reganians don't lie. You can ask anybody in the neighborhood. I'd like to see that fat cop face my brother and say it didn't happen. I'd like to be there.
I bet you would. Okay, kid, go into your act. Pick Lou Shamalis out of that bunch.
I've seen them all in the post office, but no Shamali's.
Okay, Dave, show him.
That's not him either. It's a guy called Lights. He's wanted for embezzlement.
He's too smart for you, Mark.
That's him.
Boy, he's got a mind like a steel trap.
Steady room. Miss Crosby on 3.
Thank you, Charlie. Joan Crosby. Oh, hello, Mr. Wayne.
Well, maybe. Charlie, get me the police commissioner.
Yes, sir.
I like the boy, Mark, but I can't stand the brother.
We don't like any of them too much. Don't hate any of them too much. Watch them all like a hawk.
You go to school, Phil?
He's got a scholarship at law school, but he could use the reward money.
Mr. Harris, the deputy commissioner on 1.
Mr. Harris? Mark Granger at the bulletin, sir. Yes, I have a tip that the Shamali's arrest was due to someone pointing him out to the arresting officer. Well, yes, I know, but the tip says that some kid had to talk the arresting officer into going into the shoe parlor. No, I'm not trying to be cute with you, Mr. Harris. To be frank with you, I have the kid in my office right now. Well, look, I'm not saying I believe it either. Of course, I know you haven't had a chance to talk to Officer Clifford yet. We can settle this pretty fast if we put the kid and Clifford together, match stories, so to speak. Yes, of course. I can have him there in 20 minutes. Right, sir. Nick, take this young man's story down word for word and then take him down to police headquarters.
Wait a minute. I don't want to cause any trouble for Jack Clifford. Hey, what do you want to do? Hand him the reward money, too? Look, Joe, I don't want any reward. Shut up.
Now, listen, son. This has nothing to do with the reward. It's now a matter of public record. You have made a serious statement. It's a news story now. An entity in itself, a living thing. And from this point on, this newspaper has no choice but to follow it through. There's nothing this fella can do, and nothing I can do to prevent that. And you are going to have to follow it through, to the end, whether you want to or not. You understand me?
Come on. Look, mister.
Yeah, call me Dave.
Dave. Maybe I don't know much about the newspaper business, but isn't this what they call an exclusive story?
Well, some people might call it that, yes.
Yeah, well, what I mean is, isn't it worth something?
Who knows?
Look, mister, don't give me who knows. I mean, this is a big story. Maybe one of the biggest of the year. You got it all to yourself. I heard Mr. Alexander say so.
So you want the publisher to put his hand in his pocket, take out money and pay you for it, is that it?
Why not? Is that unreasonable?
It's not unreasonable, it's just unlikely. This story will help your brother claim his share of the reward.
What reward? It's got to be bigger. I mean, we got something big here. See this man? He means a lot of money to the Reganians. Not just a share of some lousy reward, but a lot of money. A lot of money. Maybe $1 million. Because I know how to use it. I know just how to use it. Boy, I could kiss him.
Go ahead.
He thinks he can make money off this animal. He's taken the lives of 9 people so far.
Hey, watch it. Hey, Joey, you gonna be on the television, huh?
I am, Tiger, I am.
Well, when are you gonna be on, huh?
Well, in about a minute now.
But how can you be there?
Okay, wise guys, that's a reasonable question. They made a movie of me this morning at police headquarters.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hey, Tiger, were you ever on television? I mean, when you did all that fighting?
No, I wasn't on the TV, Joe. I was on the radio.
Oh.
Yeah, I had 140 bouts.
And lost 141.
I didn't lose all of them. Hey, Joe.
Yeah?
The fellow on the radio, he asked me how I felt, you know?
Oh, yeah? Well, what'd you say?
Well, I didn't know what to say. I didn't feel nothing.
Hey, shut up! You're talking about Chamales. Quiet, will you, around?
But it soon developed that the story of Chamales' capture, like his long career of crime, was not so simple. Now, first, the police department credited the capture to patrolman Jack Clifford. But within several hours, the New York Bulletin reported that Chamales had actually been pointed out to the police by 20-year-old law student Philip Roganian. Here, his brother, Joseph Roganian, a sales executive, explains.
Well, you see, my brother, Philip Roganian, he spotted Chamales at the Elite shoe repair shop, and he tipped off Jack Clifford.
Well, did Patrolman Clifford recognize him?
No. My brother had to do a lot of persuasion.
We understand
Well, the people of this city are going to know the name of Philip Roganian. You mark my words. The name of Philip Roganian will long...
A public-spirited name, indeed. Late this afternoon, the Commissioner of Police made it official. Philip Roganian was the man responsible for the arrest of Louis Chamales, and half the reward of $3,500 is his.
Hey, that's great, Joe! I say that was wonderful. Just great. Just great.
Did you see it, Phil? See us on TV on the 7 o'clock news?
Joe,
for crying out loud.
I'm sorry, I got so wrapped up I completely forgot.
Yeah, I suppose you got wrapped up too, eh?
The business can't run itself.
The business. Some business. A hole in the wall.
Never mind. It supported you and your brother for a good long time.
Thanks a lot, Pop. Great support. I had to quit school at 17 to help support. Don't forget that.
You are starting again with me, Joseph. You quit school because you wanted to, not me. You never listened to me.
What are you talking about, listen? Oh, for crying out loud, a man can't even think around here. Listen, are you listening to me right now? When we've got the biggest opportunity of our lives right in our hands?
Big opportunity.
Yes, big. It's been staring you both in the face and you haven't been able to see it. Money. A lot of money.
Joe, the reward is...
Chicken feed. Chicken feed. I'm talking about a lot of money. Money enough to send you through college and to set you up in practice. And money, Papa. Money for you to open up a big packet store in a first-class location. That's the kind of money I'm talking about.
But how?
How? I'll tell you how. Those wise guys down at the newspaper, Granger and Alexander, and the rest of those phonies. This story wasn't worth anything to them, huh? But it's worth something to somebody else. This is a picture story, Phil. A motion picture story. Do you know what the story is worth to a motion picture studio? $100,000.
You are out of your mind.
Out of my mind, huh? Well, here's a telegram offering us $5,000 for the rights to Phil's story of the capture for a movie story.
$5,000?
That's right. And we're not taking it. You know why? Because I've done a little talking and a little checking. You remember Charlie Mendelson? The big kid, he lived down the block, the good basketball player, got a job at